All right, man, peace. So for those of you brothers who've been on my channel for any length of time, you know that I will oftentimes use a phrase in description of the modern liberal female, that they are agents of chaos. Why is that? Because oftentimes they will seek to establish disorder so that they can create their own form of harmony or order out of that disorder. It is a program, it's a paradigm that, for the most part, they adhere to rather faithfully. It's only a matter of time if you're within the vicinity of a modern liberal female that she will attempt in some way, shape, or form to create chaos in her own life and in the lives of those around her so that she can feel empowered. And this is the reason why most of the Luciferians that are truly coordinating this society, this quote-unquote reality that we live in, they like to work so closely with the woman because they understand her proclivities. All you have to do is read the scriptures and you understand what the female is about in general. Now, don't get it twisted. The woman in her essential nature has beautiful qualities, but her main Achilles heel is that she loves chaos. She cannot stay away from it. In general, are there exceptions to the rule? Absolutely. Are there females out there that actually love peace and quiet and placidity? Sure there are. But for the most part, they're agents of chaos. They can't help it. It is what it is. You can have a well-trained rat, but if you put peanut butter in front of it, it cannot resist. And that's the average liberal female. They love chaos. That's why I call them agents of chaos. And as I always state, the word chaos, which means disorder, it comes from the name of the originator of the Babylonian/Egyptian mystery school system, that being Cush. Yes, the word chaos comes from Cush. So these females in general are close adherents to a lot of the principles that were set up by Cush way back in antiquity. The reason why I'm bringing all this up is because I'm here chilling, checking out one of these cable channels, and they have a promo for the new season of the 50 Cent produced show Power, which is very popular with a lot of people. I've never seen it. I really don't have that much interest in seeing it. But there's a commercial on one of these cable channels for the new season of Power, as well as a new TV show that's targeting the quote-unquote Hispanic woman to inspire more feminazism amongst them, called Vita. And I want you guys to pay very close attention to this little promo for these two shows and what they're going to acknowledge. They're going to confirm what I've been telling you brothers for the longest time. So let's see what they have to say. Of course, I'm going to chime in.
This is a manifesto, mi gente, because you will see us rise up.
Now, the Hispanic female, she was speaking very aggressively into the camera. She said, this is a manifesto. Now, where do we oftentimes hear that term or that word manifesto associated with? Karl Marx. As I tell you, brothers, all of these modern liberal movements are Marxist. Okay? They're Marxist. They're meant to spread disorder, and Marxism is used as an agent of change for the international bankers. Because once they cause chaos amongst the masses, then they can bring in a lot of their corporate and financial reforms to make you bigger debt slaves. So they use the female because they know that she loves chaos. They use her to cause all types of frenetic energy and to create an atmosphere of disharmony amongst the masses of people so that they can bring in these new reforms. Let me rewind it back because I just want to concentrate on that initial female once more.
This is a manifesto.
Yeah, she says this is a manifesto. Now look at the poster behind her. It says, "No, sir, I will not show you my papers." This is meant to once more spur on a feeling of antipathy between the quote-unquote Hispanics. And as we know, there is a big issue right now over immigration. I tell you brothers this all the time. Stay away from these liberal females because they're being fatted up like lambs to be sacrificed. They're being pumped up to believe that they can compensate for a feeling of disempowerment by being overly confrontational. And what's going to happen eventually is that, like lambs that have been fatted up for the slaughter, they're going to try to approach the wrong factions and they're going to get wiped out. You're going to see a major situation happen I won't say necessarily in the near future because I don't know if they've been fatted up enough yet. But there'll be a situation where one of these liberal parades or protests will be occurring, and the police will most likely engage them, and you're going to see a lot of casualties. You're going to see a lot of casualties. And of course, when martial law finally occurs, many of these liberal females will be looking for protection from men, and they will not receive it. But just in addressing the sentiment of the poster behind her, if you're looking to be viewed as a legitimized member of a country, why would you try to endorse a statement that states that you will not show someone your papers? The only thing that you're going to be doing is precipitating your own incarceration. So that sentiment behind her is meant to be a subliminal attempt to program the viewers, because most people, once again, they're not going to proactively understand what they're looking at behind her head, but their brain will take it in. And that's really trying to endorse people coming against law enforcement, and that's going to lead to conflict. I don't make videos to tell people to go against the law or go for the law. That's your own decision. I know what the scriptures state, and I understand that even if you're going to talk about any type of rebellion, you have to understand what type of government you want to establish after the rebellion or the revolution. So, brothers, it doesn't make you look brave or courageous to talk about an uprising or a rebellion when you don't know what type of government you want to install after the rebellion, after this mythological rebellion. That's how your mind has to work. You never, ever, ever follow behind the woman, particularly the liberal female. They don't contemplate what's around the corner. They don't contemplate what's down the block. They only seek to satiate their immediate emotional feelings. That's why it is so easy to manipulate them. That is why the serpent, quote unquote, came to Eve in the garden. He didn't come to Adam, he came to Eve. There's a reason for that. And the serpent still works through the woman, in general.
Because you will see us rise up.
She said, you will see us rise up. As I stated, they had her use the term manifesto that is associated with Karl Marx, the Communist Manifesto. All these liberal movements are Marxist.
I guess we're in this together, so we are agreed.
Step back, here comes the queen. I'm a child, don't mess with me.
Now, do you hear the music in the background? It says, step back, here comes the queen. That's more of that programming to exalt the feminine principle and the mother goddess mentality amongst these liberal females.
Just give me the word and I'll beat her.
Let me say this as well. As you can see, this female, Lala Anthony, or Lala, whatever her name is, I don't know if they're divorced or not, but you see this a lot now. These 38, 39, 40-year-old women of color especially, but all women, all liberal females, let me specify, in this society, they love to brag about how physical they can get and how confrontational they can be and whose ass they're going to beat, so on and so forth. This issue is occurring because the television and the mass media are inducing women into believing that they should be able to get physical with others, but no one can be physical with them. Once again, this is part of the programming of unaccountability in the modern day liberal female. That's why I tell you brothers all the time, stay away from them. Stay away from them. Because all that's going to happen is that you're going to be forced into a confrontation that you cannot win. Either you're going to have to allow yourself to be emasculated, or you're going to flip out and beat some bitch's brains in. And it's not worth it, brother. It's really not. 999 times out of 1,000, it's not worth it. Unless the broad is coming at you with a knife or a gun, something along those lines, or she's just putting her hands on you that much, it's not worth it. Just remove yourself from that whole situation. But once again, pay very close attention to what one of these females is going to say.
You're a full-on agent of chaos.
Hey, brothers, you heard that? I didn't say that. I didn't write the script. She said that. The woman said that. I'm going to rewind it back a little bit.
That's true. Just give me the word and I'll beat her. You're a full-on agent of chaos. That's right, I am.
Hey, you heard that? The first chick said you're a full-on agent of chaos, and I believe that they spliced it together from two different shows. Because the female who said it, I believe, is on that show Vita. The female who answered is from the show Power. So what are the producers telling you? What are the creators of this promo telling you? They're using the woman against herself. And they're using her to create chaos in this society. Because these females think that because they can express themselves however they want, that they're empowering themselves. They're really only setting themselves up. It's akin to somebody who feels like they're allowed to snort coke for the first time, so they're free. All they're doing is developing a bad habit that's going to hurt them down the line. I'm going to rewind it again from the start.
This is a manifesto, mi gente, because you will see us rise up.
She said, this is a manifesto, mi gente, because you will see us rise up. Hey, brothers, this is all meant to create a really anarchic energy within the household. This is why most of these females cannot dwell in a home with a man anymore. They're too busy trying to figure out how they can go to war with their man as opposed to compliment the man. And they're using TV shows like this to spread that sentiment because they know that most of these females are always plugged into the TV.
I guess we're in this together, so we are agreed.
Step back, here comes the queen. I'm a child, don't mess with me. I would have ground so.
More lesbian programming. Let me rewind that back for a second. There they go. That's what these shows are all about. Brothers, don't I always tell you that right akin to the so-called feminist or the super feminist mentality, the next step is lesbianism. That's really all it's about. The mother goddess worship is the embracing of the feminine principle, the adoration of the feminine principle, the over exaltation of the feminine principle, as opposed to understanding the beauty of it and how it exists in accord to the masculine principle. They fit together like a lock and a key. And when you don't have a lock and a key, you don't have any security. You don't have a way to open the door. You open the door so that you can enter into your abode. That's the point of the man and the woman coming together in harmony. They want to throw off that harmony. Or let me change that. Let me correct myself. They've already thrown off the harmony between the man and the woman. This is the new relationship paradigm that they're trying to promote. And of course, that show Vita is aimed at the Hispanic woman. So they've broken down all these females already. They just specify certain shows based on race now. And that's all it's about.
Just give me the word and I'll beat her.
Now, there's no more of just give me the word and I'll go over and try to hash it out. Now she's talking about just give me the word and I'm going to go over and beat her ass. This is a promo for all these females to watch so that they can embrace that hood rat mentality. That's why they have these reality shows, Real Housewives of this and Real Housewives of that. And none of them bitches are housewives. None of them can cook or clean. None of them can maintain the home. All they're doing is spending the whole show getting tatted up and fighting and brawling like some damn junkyard dogs.
Just give me the word and I'll beat her. You're a full-on agent of chaos. That's right, I am.
Hey, brothers, I hope you heard that. I hope you heard that in the promo, man.
Yeah.
Just watch me now. Just watch me. Just watch me now.
We're family, and we protect each other.
There goes more lesbian programming from this show, I guess, Vita or whatever. This chick here looking like Adam Richman from Man vs. Food.
Just watch me now.
But anyway, I made my point. Hopefully you brothers understand that the things that I tell you, not only are they rock solid, but the powers that be, they know that the sentiment that I put forth on this channel for you brothers to understand is the truth. It's the truth, man. The woman, the liberal woman, let me specify, is an agent of chaos. That's what they are. And in general, the woman is an agent of chaos. I mean, damn it, let's not beat around the bush. Most of these women are liberal. 95 to 98% of them are liberal, and they are agents of chaos, just to different degrees. Some of them, you can rein that in a little bit. Others of them can't be helped. But anyway, peace.